Really excited to be here in Melbourne today. We're in Cremorne. We are at Kustom Timber in their new flagship showroom, and it is looking amazing through these windows. So let's go in and take a look at one of my favourite timber brands. Sorry guys, come on. I'm super excited to be here. This showroom is incredible. So it's your new flagship showroom in Cremorne in Melbourne, and you're in the middle of the design precinct now.
That's right.
Which is amazing. It's beautiful.
Yeah, you walk in and it's just, that was the whole plan, that we walk in and it's like, wow, I just feel overwhelmed by it.
Well, I don't know if I was overwhelmed, but it's definitely wow.
Fantastic.
I'm never overwhelmed by beautiful timber.
No, good. I'm glad. And Cork.
And Cork, I know. And I love that we're standing in front of the Cork. So, I mean, look, we've worked with Kustom for years and absolutely love the product. Your range of flooring is, it's super hard to even choose between flooring because the tones and the colours and the timbers are also beautiful and the texture. But, I love how you've displayed all the timber and the cork on these movable panels.
That's right.
Super interactive. And tell me a little bit about that, because the showroom's designed to be interactive, isn't it?
That's exactly right. So we really want it to be like a gallery experience. So you're walking through and the spotlight on each board, like you see it under a warm light in quite a cool space, Moody Melbourne, we'll call it. So you can really see the grain, the feature, the texture of it. It's right there in front of your face, so you can feel it as well. And they're quite large panels, or tall panels as well, so it is.
Well, I think that's important because often when you're working with timber samples, you're working on a project, you're pulling your samples together at home or with your designer, you're working with such a small piece. So you can get the colour and the tone right, but you don't have that full understanding of what it's going to look like in scale.
It's a snapshot of a natural board. So the beauty of our timber is it's natural. So no board is the same, but also you're looking at a snapshot of one plank that may have more grain in one section, and then it's great to see it just.
Well, it's almost like a little mini hallway, isn't it? Hanging on the. That's so good.
Exactly right.
So one of the things, we've worked with you guys before, so this is one of my favourite features. In engineered flooring, sometimes it's quite hard to get those mitre details that you want for your stair treads. So you have these pre-made pieces, which
so love. Yeah, we make these out of the exact batch purchased, meaning they're not just in a cupboard and we find, like, say, our colour beach house, one of our best sellers, but there's not a cupboard of beach house nosings that you just grab one and put it with your batch. Every batch varies. It's the beauty of natural timber. So we ensure that we're making nosings out of that exact batch, so it ribbons through from floor to staircase and whatnot. Even some joinery, so some shelving units as well. We've used our timber.
Yeah, a light could absolutely do that
as well. Someone custom made a light fitting using these. So you have the exact same timber throughout.
Amazing. And then I even noticed the grill. So obviously here in Melbourne, you're doing a lot with floor heating, so you could use that in the floor. And you were telling me about a cool client project that you just did.
So yeah, we did one project actually in this facade panel here. And the client wanted it to be, I want it to feel like it doesn't have this junction between floor vent. And it was a big French grill. I think some of them were 5 meters long, like massive cone. And they wanted it to be the pattern throughout the floor, from floor to the grills.
And not interrupted by one solid piece.
Exactly right. So even with these ones, we can grain match the actual, so this will sit inside a plank essentially, and you can grain match the actual grain
the whole way through,
and it'll be the exact same board as well.
Amazing.
Just small details that we pay attention to because they count.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that's the difference when you're working with a premium product like this, is that it's really the customization and the ability to customize so many different elements like stair treads, nosings, lights, grates. I mean, you could even use this as a feature for aircon grills.
Exactly right.
It's really quite beautiful.
Yeah, beauty of being engineered. Like, you really can manipulate it as there's obviously parameters, but you can manipulate it to be something go, oh, that's actually the flooring right there.
So one thing I want to talk about is actually engineered flooring. So let's chat about what the product is and why it's different to solid flooring. Obviously got a little sample here with the edging, and you can see you've got that solid timber on the top.
So basically, solid timber, we do solid timber as well. Basically, with a solid timber, you've got your tongue and your groove, and the solid would go the whole way through. This engineered, with the solid timber, I'll backtrack, with the solid timber, you can only sand back to the tongue.
Yeah.
So it's basically, this timber under here would be wasted because it's just...
Yeah, you could never refinish it.
You'll never see it, basically. Also, with a solid timber, if we're going directly onto a slab for stability and moisture, for stability mainly, we'll install a plywood substrate and then full trail adhesive the solid and then secret nail it. This basically is a solution for that, where this is a 15mm product, we do 20mm as well. But basically, so it's got a multi-stuck plywood substrate. So that's that plywood substrate with the solid. And then we're only using as much as we need of the solid oak in the veneer here. So that's a 4mm veneer, which is substantial. And then our 20mm, we can do a 4 or 5 or 6mm veneer also. That just means that we're not wasting any beautiful oak, and we can use it for more.
So there's two sort of benefits to using an engineered over a solid timber, and one is obviously the sustainable element of it. You're using less timber. But then the other is the stability.
Absolutely right.
And consistency.
Being the multi-stuck plywood substrate as well. So basically you've got thin layers of ply that are stuck in all different directions, and it creates a weave system, and that gets directly stuck to the slab. With any sort of movement, the timber doesn't know where to go because it's just pushing and pulling against each other. So movement is minimal. You can butt to existing skirts, stuff like that. Personally, I think the best finish is skirts up, skirts off,
and then install at the top.
Or no skirt at all if we're looking at P50s, stuff like that. But yeah, it's a far more stable product with underfloor heating, so I know you're not doing...
not doing that in Byron, but in Melbourne, I can imagine.
Every second home, and you need it here.
Yeah. Well, I think that's one of the things that I really love about your product is the ability to be able to really use it in all environments and have that be stable. So any natural material...
Australian environments.
Yeah, and any natural material is going to move with the weather. So it's, important to know that you can do that. So let's chat about this other beautiful product sitting in front of us, which is the cork.
Scrap this as well.
So, cork. I know. So I have seen this in a wall finish and walked in thinking it was travertine on them, which it is not. It is highly sustainable, good old-fashioned cork, reimagined.
So it's carbon negative, actually, cork.
Wow.
Until you put it on a ship.
Okay.
So basically we purchased, Portugal, obviously this is their prime product, which is the cork stopper in a wine bottle. We purchase the waste from these, and then this gets cut up into tiny little chips, compressed into a giant cube, and then made into not just flooring, but other things like Birkenstock soles, wallpapers and joints in roads for movement, because cork is a lot more malleable, expansion joints. So that's what we purchase for one, and then it's made into this beautiful cork tile. So a few different options, but this one here is the feature in it, that's also a print across the actual cork as well, so it creates this squared look through it. Some have beveled edges. I'll put like this here, so these beveled edges to create the effect that it's more of a tile.
Oh yes, I see on there. Yep, not a sharp edge.
Yep, exactly right. And then we do raw options as well. So this is a raw or sanded option. It has no coating on it.
So we've just specified not this darker colour, but a lighter colour for a project as a huge pinboard in a kitchen.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, so exactly that's on the this, I'd say.
Yes.
So this product, it comes in a pre-finished as well as a raw standard option. So as a wall ceiling cladding, you don't have to have a coating on it. As a floor, you would.
And so I'm imagining, you just mentioned ceiling then, I'm imagining there's some pretty cool acoustic properties with this.
So we actually use Cork as our underlay for multi-res projects with our timber.
Ah, interesting. So you'd lay this with...
Yeah, so it's actually a far thinner product, the underlay, so it's 2 to 3 mil thick. This is a 6 mil product.
Yep.
This Cork alone, the acoustic properties, like it's outperforming carpet.
Oh, wow.
It's hardcore.
Yeah.
You see it in acoustic paneling products, like they've got a lot of cork.
Yes.
It's a really good sustainable option. And then as your flooring product, like you just get beautiful feature through it, texture as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.